The Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is obviously hoping the world will forget about the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in Turkey last October. The Saudi royal family denies it ordered that he be killed. The Crown Prince this week has been offering riches to countries apparently happy to keep doing business with Saudi Arabia during a visit to Pakistan, announcing Saudi investments and purchases totaling $20 billion. Then in India, promising Saudi money would be injected into that huge but still developing economy. Bin Salman was on his way then to China to plan an increase in trade, including more oil exports to China. Known as MBS, the Crown Prince seems to have a plan to be less dependent on his country's biggest, long reliable ally, the United States. Here's MBS meeting America's leader in the Saudi capital, Riyadh, at the start of Donald Trump's first foreign trip as president in 2017. One of Trump's key messages, the need to stand together against Iran. When they met again in March of last year at the White House, the president didn't hide his enthusiasm for U.S. arms sales to Saudi Arabia. The increasingly powerful MBS had hinted at spending over $100 billion. But in Congress, after the murder of Khashoggi, many members of both parties say they can't tolerate Saudi human rights abuses and that country's involvement in the civil war in Yemen, adding to the misery suffered by innocent civilians.
The Congress is now going to assert itself in foreign policy more directly than they have in the past, and they're going to try to hold the Saudis more accountable.
A former American ambassador in Saudi Arabia, Robert Jordan, now a frequent critic of MBS, notes that Congress is trying to ban U.S. military aid to the Saudi war effort in Yemen and might try to impose heavier sanctions. Though so far, the Trump administration wants to stick with bin Salman.
In my view, that's a short-sighted view. I think there is a way to continue a relationship with Saudi Arabia and still not endorse or ignore the kind of brutality that we've seen in the Khashoggi murder.
Former Ambassador Jordan's advice: refuse to meet with the Crown Prince, be slow about selling military equipment that Saudi Arabia needs, send a message to the royal family. America wants to keep the great relationship, but perhaps you should find a different heir to the throne. Dan Raviv, i24News, Washington.